Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Today, let's see, last week we did the second separation kick. So we'll go on from there, but we'll practice to that point first a couple times. Okay, so cross hands. We'll start in the second section. Embrace the tiger, return to mounted. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Step back. Repulse monkey. 2. 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands. And step forward. White crane. Spreads wings. Left knee brush. And push. Hamstrings, needlessly bottom. Sorry. Bend through the back. Turn. Chop with fist. Parry, block, and punch. Step forward. Grasping for his tail. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Now hands. 1. 2. 3. Single whip. High pat. Horse. Separation kick. 1. 2. 'Okay.
Mike, we
Yeah.
we did skip handstrom salute and right left knee brush.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I apologize. Is that Marion? Let's see. Oh, Marion. Who else is gonna be here next week? Oh, I don't know. I don't know who this is.
It's Dee Dee. I just
Oh,
thought I'd
Dee Dee.
watch.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I thought I'd watch this week so I could know where people were next week.
Hello, Didi.
Hello, it's really lovely to see you. All right, I'm not here.
Dee, do you know Jeff?
I don't. Jeff, hi. I'm
Okay.
going to be taking Mike's class next week while he's away.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it again at the end, I guess, or at a break. All right. So let me watch you guys do it from cross hands. Okay. All right. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Okay, step back, repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane. Spreads wings. Left knee brush. And push. Knee, let's see bottom. Knee, let's see bottom. This one. Fan through the back. All right. Turn and chop with fist. Hold on a second. Parry, block, and punch. Step forward, grasping the bird's tail. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. 1, 2, 3. Okay, single whip. High pad on horse. Separation kicks. 1, Kick with your right foot, toe kick. Kick, 2. And left kick. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay. All right. So let's go to the oh, so here's the for single whip. So for Jeff especially, single whip is like more like this. The transition is like this. Back, turn. Now both hands are gonna be level. You're gonna make a big swing of both hands to the left. And we're gonna go here, we're doing it from straight. Look, it's a straight direction. We're gonna go swing our arms all the way to the other straight direction. Our body is at the corner. Our arms go past that. Okay. Then from the left here, they're gonna finish their circle and be palms down in front of us, okay, with our fingers pointing at each other. And then they're gonna go out to the corner and then make a hook and turn your left arm. And then step. But the biggest thing is that circle, yes. So the circle is this basically, is this like polishing a big table, okay? This big circle. All right. So Jeff, you leave your right hand behind usually. You go like this, your left hand makes a circle and the right hand gets to where it's going to make a hook and stops. So both hands go around together, pretty much together. They're separated here, but they come back together and then out to the corner and make the hook. Okay, that looks better. Okay. And then the separation, the fist under elbow's got the same one. So here we're at the corner more. Then we go to the other corner, but our body just points to straight. Then come in and then from here, push out to the straight direction. Okay, so instead of making a hook, then we push. And then we go up to stay at the corner. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, everybody to do, is to go and make your circle go from straight to straight. Both arms point straight. Here, both arms point straight. Then your left arm starts, and then they both turn, and both arms pointing basically straight, and then finish and come in front of you. Okay, I mean, then follow through, all right? Like swing them over here, and then they start to come back and sort of whip around, okay, and come back back. Okay, they go forward, kind of forward, and then back. Left and then right. Okay, and behind the going to the left, your whole body is turning, and then you stop turning, and then they keep moving, they keep circling, and your body basically stays at the corner. Okay, so that's what I'd like you to do. A lot of people, I will just say this, they end up going kind of the corner, and then they just kind of bring it in front of them, and they don't make the circle big enough. So make your circle go like a whole half a circle, right? And then follow through, it's got a little bit more. Okay, so don't just go to straight and then bring them in front. It has to still keep circling to get in front of you. Okay, so that's a very big circle. The circle is mainly this, but it's got, when you go to the left, your whole body going to the left. Okay, and then it doesn't turn back much. Okay, your body sort of stays at the corner. All right, let me see you do that one time before we go on. So from the push, single whip. Okay, from push, we're going to make the single whip circle. Okay, back, turn, big circle to the left, point your toe to the corner, big circle, finish your circle, follow through circle, and out to the right corner. Make a hook, turn your left hand, lift up your hand and step. Put your foot down and open your arm, turn your arm, bend your knee and level your hips, push out. Okay. Okay. Well, so yeah, that's it. I just wanted to do that circle mainly. All right. After that, cloud hands. Now we get sort of fuzzy. That's the later thing that we just did actually. And I think maybe Gail and Tia missed cloud hands, or we didn't get to do very much of it, or something like that. All right. So I'll show you cloud hands. We're going to do cloud hands like this. For single whip, we do 3 of them. The first one, okay. I'll show you first. The first one is back and turn, keep your left hand level, keep this shape basically till your left foot points straight and your right hand basically is in front of you towards the corner. Then you shift to the left, this turn to the right, shift to the left. The first one is pull, pull, okay, and then you step. And then the pattern is that your bottom hand comes up, and it goes across, and through the middle here, it turns over and faces palm out, from palm in to palm out. And then it pulls down. Okay. And when it gets to this point with both hands on your right side, then you can move your left foot and reach out as far as you can. Okay. But we want the feet to end up pointing straight ahead to the straight direction. So here, then the bottom hand is the left hand. It's going to come up, and then it's going to come across. It's going to turn over, and it's going to pull. Okay, and then while the hands are changing who's on top, then bring your foot in to shoulder width apart. So that's the pattern. The pattern then for the hands is each hand is going to make a circle, basically. All right, without my turning. It's going to make a circle. My right hand makes a clockwise circle. The left hand has a counterclockwise circle. So they're going different directions, right? If they both went clockwise, they would look like this. Okay, so we kind of have that with parry, block, and punch. We have that circle, right? But here they're opposite directions. And we want to show when they get here in the middle, turn it over. Turn your hand, and then like about a third of the top circle, half circle, shows with your palm out. And that shows pulling. Okay. So it's connect, grab, pull. And then the other side, connect, grab, pull. Connecting is, when they're punching at you here, you go connect, grab, pull. Okay. So you come up under them, you come by their wrist, then you grab their wrist, and you yank them off to the side, okay? And you could kind of throw them with your turning and strong waist, all right? So can you do this? Can you do this circle? Let me see, just do the circle. Okay, see, that's the right direction. This is not the right direction, all right? This is like the knee brush goes this direction. Our direction is this way, like in and out. Up and out, okay? Up and out. And the pattern is that through the body in the middle, we want to be turning it over and have it palm out. Not just ward off all the way to the side and then flip it at the end. But, okay, so Jeff, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to go a little more palm out. So you're doing this, it's turning, but it's not, if you're going to grab someone, you need to be this way, right? Palm out. That shows the grab, and pull. Yeah, there you go. So earlier, yeah, so that you have this much grabbing, pulling. Pull. And it's pull, it's pull down. Some people do this, they circle and they just keep going, kind of like single whip, and they keep going up, right? So once this is the top here, turn over, and then it's going to be down a little, okay? So circle, swing it up, turn it down. Back to chest high, a little less than shoulder high. Okay. Let me see you do it then. From single whip. All right. Cloud hands. Back and turn to the right. First, your left hand comes across. Point your left toe to the straight direction. Then the first one, pull, all pull, no ward off. All pull and step. Then two. Back. Okay, then step. Then two to the left. We count to the left. Pull, step to the right. Step. Then three. Turn over, pull, step, and then step forward for three. Then out to the corner, make a hook. We change our direction 45 degrees. And then step, and then single whip. Again, all right? So we have two ways to get into single whip. We have this way that at the beginning, before cloud hands, polishing the big table. Single whip, okay? And then we have this way from cloud hands, and then instead of going down, keep it level and then make a hook. Okay? So, and then single whip. All right, go ahead, do the cloud hands. Good, go. On your own, just do the cloud hands. I'll take a look at you. Okay, it's better. Okay, all right. So here's something you can do for practicing the cloud hands. At a symposium, the first symposium we had, they asked the masters, the grandmasters, what's the most important movement if you can only do one movement? And they said cloud hands. They said it has everything in cloud hands. All right. And so if you're gonna do that, what would you do? Here's shoulder width apart. We step wide, and then okay. But without the stepping, make your stance a little bit wider. And then just do cloud hands. Shift and turn, and then shift and turn. So without stepping, and then just try to feel everything coordinated. See, everything turns to the left and moves to the left, and then it all goes to the right. See, and then it all goes to the left, to the right. Okay, so something I want you to be aware of, because you can practice it like this, is that when we go, here's the sides, okay? I want you to end, I'll turn this way. Okay. I want you to end with your arm pointed straight to the side. Okay. And looking to the side and leaning to the side. Okay. So I want you to do, I want you to be careful. Other styles maybe do something differently, but we are going to look, lean, and that's when we step, right? When we're leaning and we're standing on one leg. But I want you to lean, okay, to that direction. And I want it to be big enough. I don't want your arms to be just like in front of you here, and then you try to keep your head straight up and we just be like this. Okay. I want you to put your body weight into it and lean into it and have your arm point to that direction. So you point and be straight enough. Don't have your elbow sticking out. Don't do it like this. Okay, straighter. Straighten it at this point, down and up. Just like when you push, your arms come, elbows come out, and when you push, they go back in, they get straight, all right? Straight. We don't push and get to here. We're still like with our elbows out. Elbows and line up, okay, in the line with your shoulder to your hand. Not exactly in line because they're down and up, but in a plane, okay, down and up. So when you pull, I want that down and up from your shoulder, not like this. Okay, so it's got a little bit more of open. See, you're here when I do the open, my hand is in front and here's my elbow. My hand is further away from me. And then in front, okay, of my elbow. I don't want you to go like here and still have your elbow out and your hand, I want your elbow to be here, okay? I want your elbow just to go the straight direction and your hand will open and point to the straight direction too. So I want to have some opening to the side to line up your arm. When you pull someone, I mean, you can pull them like this, right? And you've got a curve here. That's good. But I want you to go and use some arm energy, basically. So this muscle here, when you go like this, you can just use your body and it's connected to your back, right? And you can pull them like that. But I want you to put everything in it that includes opening your arm, okay? Okay, so anyway, I want you to have that in mind, practice it when you do it, try to open it enough. And the other thing is, okay, so that we talked about how to make the circle. Your palm is out, but here your palm is back. So how do we get there? We go to here, pull, and then now your arm's kind of straight. Here's totally straight. Here's it's straighter, down and up. But your fingertips, I want to keep moving, keep making a curve. So your fingertips are up, see, and they're going down, and they keep going. Look, and you basically make your hand make this shape. See, can you do this? Can you do this? So this is basically here, if I make the circle around my elbow, and I keep my elbow out, then here, okay? So don't worry maybe too much about turning your hand. I think naturally it will want to turn, but try to make a circle around your elbow, okay? So out here, it turns, your hand basically keeps circling. Your elbow is not circling too much, right? Your elbow comes up, it's always kind of this level, and your hand, look, your elbow's still this same level. Okay, so it's not your elbow is up and your elbow is going down. You're not making that kind of circle. Your elbow is kind of staying level. Your hand is making this circle. Okay. And this circle changes to this is the ward off shape when it's facing back. See? Here's the pulling shape. And it changes out here on the side, at the sides. Okay, we would maybe say for the clock, 6 and 9. 3 and 9, okay? That's where it changes here. Because you can't go anymore. So you rotate your arm and then swing it. So when you practice it, you're trying to basically to make this all keep moving. That's the point of it. That the clouds, you look at the clouds, they just keep moving. And maybe even if they're turning, but they just move and there's nothing stopping them. Okay, so this is different than most of the movements have an energy time, an energy point on your arm. Here, the energy point is your hand pulling, but they don't have a boom and now get ready and then boom. We're not hitting anything. We're just making a circle. So just try to make that be nice and smooth and even. Okay, and just coordinated. Okay, so here's how you can practice it by itself with shifting and turning and leaning and pointing it to the side and looking to the side. Okay. And focus on turning it here, turning it here. Here. Okay. kind of as it passes your shoulder. We're turning. We have a thing we don't really practice in our style separately. We do this in cloud hands, but we have a rule. Here's the rule. The rule is if your arm, if you cross, here's your center line going this direction. If your arm is crossing the center line, your palm is in. When it doesn't cross the center line, it's out. Right? So we do ward off, see, we're like this, ward off. And here your left hand is sort of in the center line, it's not crossing it. But your right arm is crossing it, it faces in. And then when we turn like this way towards the corner, then the left hand, you could say, crossing your center line maybe, and the right hand faces out. So in, out, in, out. And they have in, I think Chen style does it. You can think of a big circle, and so they follow with their, like, I guess their finger, maybe, I'm not exactly sure. They follow, and then here faces in, but facing out, crossing the center, faces out. You can do it with your palm, I guess. But this is be tracing the yin yang symbol. So the yin yang symbol they would put on the wall there, and it's got the fish, and here's like the circle and the circle, and so trace the yin yang symbol, and it comes up, and here goes up over here, and then it comes back up. It should turn here at the bottom, and then coming back up, it turns over again. How do you make the circle? Here. Anyway, as they pass the center line, so you can measure the yin yang symbol, and then cut down the middle, a line down the middle. When you pass that line, it turns, it faces out, and when it comes back the other way, it faces in. Okay, they practice that, like as a special thing of drawing the yin yang symbol in like Chen style, I think. But I'm not expert in Chen style. But we still have that rule, basically. Okay, so when you come up, it faces in, and then when it passes that, you turn it and face it out. We don't have too much of just we don't just slowly just turn it on the way. Okay, we turn it passing the center line. When we have two-person push hands, then we do this kind of circle, basically. And one person is going like this, and the other person is going doing their thing. I'll just say that. But there's two people, they're touching each other the whole time. But they have the same thing over the top. They both is when they change their hands. Okay, crossing it, I need to make my palm out, and they are crossing the other way. They need to make their palm in, right? So we change how to do it. We change going over the top. Okay. Got it back. But anyway, so that's the thing. Anyway, so try to make it so crossing your center line ish is when you're going to change from palm in to palm out. And don't just make it be smooth. And once you get over too far away, it shouldn't be palm in anymore. It should have already turned. Okay. All right. That's I'm not sure we're going to be able to do more than I think everybody hasn't been here for the whole class for the last couple of weeks. So let's look at the separation kicks. The separation kick looked like this. The first one, look, your arms circle, and then you step when they pass, then you pull apart, then they cross, then you stand up and get your knee to be level if you can, and then kick with your toe pointed, and then bend it back in. That's the first one. Okay, so after you kick, then your left arm bends in and your right hand turns palm up. So let me show you again. So from here, high pat on horse. The circle we have, remember, is one hand over the other. The right hand on top is making a whole circle. And the left hand making a circle too. Look, the right hand making a circle, polishing a table. I don't know, the left hand is polishing it underneath, I guess. Okay, and they're out of. So think about a wheel. One's on top of the wheel. They're at different points of the wheel. One's on the bottom, one's on the top, and they're going to circle around. The wheel is there, so they need to be They can't pass each other, okay? One's gonna stay on the top of the wheel, one's gonna be on the bottom of the wheel. Okay, can you do this circle? Can you try this circle? So remember your right hand on the top of the wheel. Don't go down and come back up. Flat, okay, a flat, let's see how your right hand keeps going down. Circle, keep the right hand on top. Look, let's do the one at a time. Level. Yeah, okay, what does your table look like? My table is flat, okay? So here's a tabletop. I'm doing the table. Okay, my table doesn't go down. That's not a good table because when you put your stuff on, it just slides off the table. Okay, so a flat table and polish the little table. Okay, keep your right hand up. Okay, and then the left hand is the bottom and it's still flat. Okay, circle, and then together they go around together. Okay, don't let your right hand go down. And both hands circling, both. Look, circle, circle, circle. Left hand circling, look. Okay. Let's flip it to the other hand. This is when you're going to do the second one, okay? Both hands circling, one on top of the wheel and one on the bottom of the wheel. Okay. I want here to have a habit. I want your habit is when you have your palm, when you have this shape, I want you to feel lifting your palm a little bit, okay? I don't want to have hardly ever this shape. We're just straight. If you're going to polish the table, you have like a rag there, right? You need to push on the rag, right? So if your hand is flat with the table in your hand, see, can you try, what does that feel like? I don't know, like this, but like this with your palm, see? Use your palm, lift it a little bit. See, now your palm kind of sticks out. Now you can use it. If it's totally flat, if that lets you hug something, kind of. Put your arm this shape, then you could kind of your whole arm hug them, but you can't easily polish anything this way. It needs your palm to stick out. So lift your palm, the top hand, palm a little bit lifted. Okay, the bottom hand maybe is more flat. Okay, because this doesn't feel good. So this is kind of ward off shape. One's kind of pushy shape, one is the ward off shape. This shape, but palm up. All right. So those are the two circles. Okay. Okay. So that's the first one. Let's try it from here. First, we're going to circle our hands. One whole circle to there. Okay, and we step into our bow step, gonna make a bow stance. We step just as they're crossing, okay? And to there. And then bring it level across. Your right hand level and cross your arms. Your elbow, your left elbow and your left knee line up, okay, in the same plane. Then we look over this cross. Then stand up. If you want, you can touch the floor here and stand all the way up. Okay. And then to kick, lift your knee and kick. And at the same time that your knee opens, kicking, open your arms. Okay. So try to have the coordination of knee comes up, and then when your foot is moving, open your arms. So when you're done with the foot extended, kick, okay? That's when your arm sticks out. And then for us, for this one, we're gonna bend it and turn our right palm up and bend our left arm. Okay, when your foot comes back. So this is the ending position of the kick. Do what you can do. I'm not good on standing on my left leg that much. My right leg is better. When you stand up, what you could do is you get to here and then you stand up all together. stand up and lift your knee. But if that is difficult, which it is difficult, then you can stand up and maybe help with your left foot and then lift your knee and then kick. Okay, so the second one, when we kick, open your arms with a kick, but then when your foot comes back, kick, don't change your hands. Okay. Let me see you do it. I'll do it with you, but I can see you. So from here, separation kicks. 1, stick out your left arm, start turning your arms. They're circling. When they go to cross, step wider, a little bit wider for the bow stance to the inside the corner. Then bend your knee and finish this pulling, okay, the circle. Then cross your arms, stand up, lift your knee, and when you kick, open your arms, and then point your toe back, bring your foot back in, bend your elbow. All right, then the second one, you know what, you put your foot down if you have to. The second one, bend your knee, go down, and step out, circle to the left corner, then cross them, stand up, lift your knee, and kick out, and then see if you can hold that pose for it. Hold the pose if you can for the next one. Is that hard? Standing on one leg is hard. Okay. For our style, so how is, you know, we have other forms. We have a saber form. And the saber form doesn't have the separation kick. But well, it has a toe kick in it. Okay, so I guess it kind of has that. But they do it like this. How does it get into it? They do it like this. Here, kick. That's kind of easy. It's kind of easy to stand up and swing your leg kind of together. It's harder to like stand up, kick, you know, keep standing. You know, it's harder to do it slow. So when I first learned this form, my teacher was less picky because the kicks, I guess, are harder. So he kind of let us kind of just sort of do it. Actually, we didn't stand all the way up even to do it. So maybe I won't even tell you about that. But the kicks are slow and they're hard to stand up and extend and bring it back up and have your balance the whole time. Right. So that's kind of what you're training when you practice the kicks. And I'll tell you something, we're going into the kicks. So the second half of the second section is the kicks, okay, and some other stuff too, but a lot of kicking. So the first half is just like what we've done before, moving around, cloud hands maybe is something new. We haven't moved that way. And then you start doing kicks. All right. Let's go on. I don't want to spend too much time on the kicks because they're kind of difficult. If you just remember that you could practice like this. When you stand up and kick, you could do this if that's what you could do. Okay, kick. Our form, we would like to be like this before we kick, but that might be too hard to do. After you kick, we hold it, but do what you can do. So if you can kick like this for the first one, and then bring your foot back in and down, and then step down, you know. So you can still stand up, do the kick, put it back down if you have to. All right, so do what you can. But over time, you want to get better at the kicks. You can just practice standing on one leg, all right, just by itself. And that's most of it, right? So, and then if you can move your leg a little bit while you're standing on one leg, that's the kick. So that's all you have to do. And then if you could lift it up higher before you do the kick, that's basically the kick. All right, so I told you before, the toe kicks are like with your toe, keep your toe pointed, the separation kicks, and then later we're gonna do the stomping kick. Um, we might do that today, maybe. Let me see. All right, well, let's go on. I don't want to spend too much. Like I said, it's kind of strenuous. This next one is more strenuous. Huh? If you know the senior form, I don't know if I don't think it has this spinning, a little bit of spinning. I'll show you the spin. So this is a little bit difficult uh, to do. All right, so after you kick, you're like this. You kick. You still got your knee up. Then I want you to bring your knee to the right, then extend your foot and spin around. Okay. And then, see, then we're gonna kick, okay, with the heel kick. I told you the difference before. Toe kick is with your toe pointed. The heel kick is lift your toe and stomp, stomping, but it still starts and ends at the same position, all right? It's a little strenuous, all right? So don't overdo it. Don't give yourselves cramps. The interesting part of this one, the kicks are basically, we understand that, I think, is this spinning. So here's how I want you to spin. The hands look like this. I'll say this. I showed you the whole thing. The hands look like this. You bring the left hand across and turn it into the ward-off shape, and you turn your right palm up. So from here, you go like this. And then you're going to spin around, and your right arm is going to come inside the left arm. Okay. And then from there, you're going to kick. Again. Okay, so from here, after the second separation kick, you bring your left hand across and you turn your right palm up. Then you spin and they cross and then you kick. Okay. To spin around, this is the part that Dee Dee said she would have trouble with, so I'm going to try to do it today, so she won't have to try to do it. Try this. You stand on one leg, cross your leg a little bit, okay? Cross it. Just do this. And then turn yourself, okay? Turn and then spin on your heel. Okay? So using your heel, turn, all right? Spin on the heel. So if I just keep my feet on the ground, bring my left to the right, and then spin. Okay? Just try to feel your whole body turning. Look, whole body. Can you feel that? So you can just do that, yeah, just keep turning. Don't make yourself dizzy though, be careful. Look, spin a little. Turn right, turn left on the heel. Turn right, lift your front of your foot. Turn right, turn left. Turn right, turn left. Okay, just make your whole self spin a little bit. There you go. So where does it come? The power, I think really comes from your standing leg. Here you kind of twist it a little bit, and then you twist it the other way. It's coming from your hip. Okay. So your hip here, I'm closing my right hip, then I'm opening my right hip, and my whole body is turning with it. Okay. So from here, with our leg bent, bring it across. I don't really feel I'm closing it too much here, but close it a little bit, turn a little bit, then swing, open your hips, and use your waist, we would say. Okay, kind of use your waist. So start your whole body spinning. All right, okay, shift your weight to the heel. Lift the front of your foot, and then you can spin on the heel. There you go. Well, you know what? Probably all the time, I don't know what you do, but I notice if I'm on the wood floor with socks and then just play around, your body can understand how to do that, okay? So there would be, if you turn like this, see, you could be like on your heel. You could also turn on the ball, right? So here, okay, you can do that. So there's different things you could do. We turn on both. On this one, we're going to turn on the heel. We turn on the heel if we're going to stay in that location, basically. If we are going to spin on the ball, then usually we're going to like change to the other foot. So like for instance, later, we'll be like here, and then we'll be like get onto the ball and then swing our whole body around and then shift back off of it. Okay. So we put our weight sort of forward. We do this a lot in the weapons. In the sword, we would go, or in the saber, we go like this, and we go, okay, and we spin on the ball. Okay, so that's like going forward type of thing. This is almost like a going backwards thing, right? So we want to kick somebody behind here. We're going to turn around and kick. Well, let's look at how not to have to turn around. Okay, no, not have to spin. All right, so it's something very simple. It's a very simple way to do it. We kick, we're like this, kick, and then you go. I would still have to make this shape, and just put your foot behind you. Look, and then turn. Okay, and stand up. Heel kick. Okay. So I would still say do it in a controlled way. That's more controlled, maybe. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. So from here, kick. Here, you can still touch here even, okay? Put it behind you. Turn. Close your right foot. Then you can stand up and kick, okay? So, but you can play, if you can, play with the spinning, see how that goes. I can do that one pretty well. Later, at the end of the second section, you spin on the right ball of your foot. I don't have enough energy to spin all around. That's like a spin all the way around. This is like halfway around. I could do that. All right, so let's try that. Remember, all right, so remember the hands. Here, I'm kicking, kick. All right, I'm going to turn a little to the right. I'm going to bring my hands, my left to the right, turn my palm up. Then I'm going to step behind me. I'm going to spin around, point my toe to the corner, and cross my arms and be looking the straight direction. Then lift my knee some amount, and then heel kick. Okay, that's the turn, body, and left heel kick. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with that? So if I'm over here, I'll show it from the side. If I'm over here like this, are you comfortable with put my foot behind me, and then turn around like this, and then stand up? Okay. I'll show you one other thing. So there's two ways to do this movement. I don't want to overdo it because it's already difficult. The easiest way to do it is spin around and sit. Then stand up and kick. Okay. So maybe do that. If we're going to use the foot just method, swing your foot over there, here, then you don't have to really sit. And you're still standing up. And then lift your knee and kick. Okay. When you really spin, it feels better. It feels better to sit. Okay, to kind of like land. And then stand up and kick. And when we do a demonstration, we usually do it that way. Because then everybody in a demonstration, if we do a group, has to be the same. And so if everybody could spin around and stay standing, it would look really good. But if one person's like, okay, then it's like, oh, no, it's now, it ruins everything, right? So we spin around, everybody sits, and then we stand up and kick, okay? So that's the way, it feels best to do it that way and the more stable. So I would probably recommend to do that, right? But the higher level and the way that you're supposed to do it with the weapons, we have a similar kick in the sword form, is you're supposed to stay up, basically, kick, okay? So play around with it, see what you can do. So let's try it together. We're almost out of time. Let's try to do these three things together. From here. From high pat on horse. So it's going to be kick, kick, spin, kick, all right? So separation kick, 1. Bow stance, cross, stand up and kick. Bend your left arm. 2, sit in step, circle, cross, stand up, and kick. Then bring your knee to the right, and then spin around somehow and sit, stand up, and kick. Okay. And the position after that one is still standing with, with your knee up. But do what you can. So if you need to put it down, put it down. All right, so it'd be like stand up, kick, and then put it down. Okay. So I would just say, in our style, we like to be even. So if you're going to put your foot down, then I want you to do it like this. Lift your knee, kick, put it down. Still don't want you to do this. Okay, because then it's, everything's even except the kicks. So the kicks we want to be kind of even too. So pick them up, kick, put it down. Okay, see if you just even it out. All right, and everything being even will be helpful, I think, later for our balance. But it is easy, it's pretty easy to kick if you do it fast. So here, balance-wise, you have your balance. You don't have to stand on one leg very long to do it. And my first teacher, he kind of said, yeah, everything's even except the kicks can be fast. Okay, so no, for our style, that's not it. Okay, for our style, even the kicks are even. Try to be even. Let me see you do it. From high pat on horse. Separation kick. Cross. 1. Kick. Step. Circle. Cross. Stand up. Kick. Bring it to the right and then to the left. Sit. Stand up. Heel kick. Okay. So the new thing is spinning. That's the hard part, actually. And then we talked about balance, I think, last week. And so if you want to work on your balance, we talked about it, right? Is that you stand here like this, and then with your one foot, touch, 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 touch. Okay. And just how does that feel? If your standing leg is, oh my God, this is a big workout, then okay, you need to do some more. So all those muscles or whatever are help with your balance, your exercises then. Okay, then both sides, okay, touch, touch, touch here, Mike, for me, touch. So behind me with my right leg behind, it's tight in my back. So it needs to relax. So that's why I have a left leg standing problem. It's in my hip area. But you can see where it is, all right, with where your leg is. And so usually we don't have this position with both feet pointed forward. Usually our leg is to the corner. Our standing foot's to the corner, and our kicking leg is straight. Okay, so we don't really have this closed position when we do Tai Chi, our Tai Chi, all right? So we only have it right here, right? Before we spin around, then we are closing it. And so you could feel like from here, you can feel closed, and then your foot maybe starts circling, okay? Whatever can make you do it right.
Mike,
Yes.
can you show the hands? Do they separate when you're spinning or what?
Okay, so the hands go like this, all right? And then when you spin, when you're turning, the right hand is going to come in. And by the time you're done spinning, they're crossing. Okay, so it goes from open to cross with this turning. Okay, turn around and cross. Okay, so your right, basically your left hand is already in the right position. Just your right hand has to close. Yes, there you go. And then you stand up, and then they open with the foot moving. Okay, they open with the foot. Okay, and then when your foot, because here we don't, here they stay open. Bring your foot back in or down. Okay, they stay open, and then they're going to do a knee brush. Actually, that's next week. Okay, but so I will say that for the kicks, we're out of time, but we have a bunch of kicks, and they're almost all something different. Each one has something different. All right, and so that's using your mind. Okay, so you have to put your mind. You can't just go kick, kick, kick. Everyone's a little different, and to learn the differences and remember them. Okay, that's going to take some focus. All right, so so far a little bit easy, I think. Well, what is it? I said kick, and then already the first one you're going to bend your arm, and the second one you're not going to do it, and then to go into the next thing, now they change, and then it's a different way to cross them. It's just they're all a little different. Usually the way of how they get to crossed is the difference usually. And the kicking part, this part's always the same, kind of. All right, so how you get into it's different. All right, so we'll stop here. Maybe play with it a little bit more. Play with it tomorrow also. Thanks very much.